When we compare the Matthew's Gospel, chapter 22, 15 to 21 with other synoptic Gospels and apply the practical application for this Sunday, it allows us for a comprehensive understanding of the interaction between Jesus and the Pharisees. The Pharisees' cunning question. In Matthew, Mark, and Luke, the Pharisees and Herodians attempt to trap Jesus with a politically charged question about paying taxes to Caesar. We see the same passage of Matthew chapter 22, 15 to 21, in Mark chapter 12, 13 to 17, and Luke 20, 20 to 26. This highlights a modern-day scenario where individuals may try or to trap or to challenge these divisive questions to question our faith or beliefs. The world is divided today. What is happening in the Middle East between Israel and Palestinians in Gaza Strip? Israel fighting terrorism. At the same time, Palestinians are losing their lives. They want to stay in Gaza Strip. We cannot go for genocide. We cannot go against humanity. They are all created in the image and likeness of God. The nations have to come together to bring peace. Unity is very vital. We constantly face these divisive questions in our lives, in our faiths, and our beliefs. Jesus' wisdom in responding. In all the three Gospels, Jesus responds to the famous phrase, "Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." When we are torn between our worldly responsibilities like taxes, citizenship duties, work, family, community, and our spiritual duties of faith, prayer, belief, emphasizing the need to balance both, we all have to make attempts, commitment to go to Sunday masses, Sunday worship, to have the balance between our worldly responsibilities, our spiritual duties, and a God-centered life. We need to seek Jesus' wisdom in responding and balancing our both worlds, the world and the spiritual duties. Acknowledging authority. Jesus acknowledges the legitimacy of the worldly authority by mentioning Caesar urging compliance with civil laws. The importance of respecting authority in our daily lives, following laws, and being good citizens while remaining rooted in our faith. One cannot have a firm faith and disobey authorities. One has to have a firm faith and have to pay the tax and obey and acknowledge the authority to keep the decorum, to keep the community growing and going. Our dual citizenship. The phrase "rendered to Caesar" highlights our dual citizenship belonging to both the earthly realm and God's kingdom. When we discuss the concept of dual citizenship, likening it being active members of society, while embracing our identity as children of God, demonstrating integrity in both realms. There's a physical realm, there's a spiritual realm, but need to have a dual citizenship. Most of the time our life is earthly, but looking forward to the divine, to the heavenly. Therefore we call the Eucharist in Catholic tradition the source and summit of Christian life. God's image in us. Jesus points out that the coin bears Caesar's image, subtly implying that we as God's creation bear his image. We are all encouraged on how we can honor God's image with us by living virtuously, spreading love and kindness, and being mindful of our actions and choices. avoiding entanglement in disputes. In Mark and Luke, Jesus perceives the malicious intent of the question and responds in a way that avoids being ensnared in a dispute, advocating for wisdom in handling contentious situations, prompting peaceful responses that prevent unnecessary conflicts and focus on unity and understanding. Today, there's conflict everywhere, in the church, in the community, in the countries. We know the long-term conflict going between Ukraine and Russia, and the current fearful conflict between Israel and the Gaza Strip. We need people, governments, authorities to promote peace, negotiations, and open the human corridor to help the people who are oppressed and people who need freedom, respect, and dignity. A lesson in discernment. Jesus' response showcases discernment, knowing when to address a question directly and when to emphasize a higher spiritual truth. Encouraging the parishioners, the congregation, to develop discernment in handling challenges and questions, understanding when to emphasize spiritual truths and when to address specific issues. When we compare the Matthew's Gospel, chapter 22, 15, 21, with Luke's Gospel and Mark's Gospel, it enriches the understanding of the gospel message for this Sunday, providing relevant insights for living out our faith in today's world. We are God's beloved sons and daughters, ready to seize the things that are Caesar's and to guard things that are God's.